So I don't know who was all here at worship night when we did it in January. Most of you were. I know we have some new faces. Hi, guys. But there was there was kind of like a theme that night of just saying yes to the Lord. And so what I kind of have been meditating on for a while now, and the Lord told me to go ahead and teach on it, was like our yes and his provision with our yes. Kind of what, Jacqueline was talking about, like being in over our head. But I mean, God's with you. You can trust him to take care of you. You can breathe underwater, and his yes, like your yes is so powerful to him. It's just being with him, right? You just be with him. You let him love you, what we teach you guys all the time in youth. And just what he does. Oh my gosh, why am I getting so emotional already? At the beginning. Sorry. But man, I have so many stories of every time I said yes to the Lord and what he has done. And it's amazing. I think all of us youth leads have an example. And even you guys, I bet, have an example of what he's done. And it's beautiful. Makes me get all teary-eyed. So, okay, before I start crying, let's go to Matthew 6. I'm going to read a few verses. And yeah, we'll start there. So I'm going to read in the Passion Translation. So if you guys have the Bible on your phone and want to follow along in that, that's awesome. If not, don't worry. Zach will put the verses up there too, I think. We do. Okay, so I'm going to start in verse 25. And it says, "This is why I tell you never be worried about your life. For all that you need will be provided, such as food, water, clothing, everything your body needs. Isn't there more to your life than a meal? Isn't your body more than clothing?" And then 26, "Consider the birds. Do you think they worry about their existence? They don't plant or reap or store up food, yet your heavenly Father provides them each with food. Aren't you much more valuable to your Father than they? So which one of you by worrying could add anything to your life?" I'm going to stop there for a minute. That last verse is so powerful. So which one of you by worrying could add anything to your life? So why worry? Right? I mean, what this verse is saying is he cares so much about these birds. Like, to me, it's so powerful because he even cares about the little things in your life, you guys. The clothing that you wear, the shoes that you put on your feet, right? Right? He cares so much about the little to the big things in your life. And when you, it's just amazing. Even your desires, even not just your needs, but he also cares about your wants, like your desires. What have you been desiring? If you want those new pair of shoes, hey, God's going to find a way to help you get them. Isn't that pretty stinking cool? That's really cool. That's really cool, you guys. I was actually talking to Jacqueline about this. And most of you have heard the testimony of me moving. I've got a condo. I've got housing worked out. I've got all down to the little details worked out, right? And I was talking to Jacqueline, and it dawned on me. So I've always had this desire, and I don't know why I've had this desire. Just as a teenager, I always thought, before I get married, it'd be nice to have my own place, just be super established, like financially, have a house, I don't need anything. And that way, when I get married, I can have money that just goes towards like an awesome honeymoon or a better house or something, but I always just wanted to be established and living on my own before I actually got married. And guess what, you guys? I didn't even realize this till I was talking to Jacqueline about it one night, and I was like, oh my gosh, God, you're amazing. Guys, he's already got me all set up. All set up. I've got furniture in there. The people that I'm renting from provided like a whole bedroom set with nightstands, everything, a dining room table. I got couches. Guys, I had nothing. I mean, I had my bed at my house and a TV. And that's all I had. And I was like, okay, I got to furnish this whole place. It's been furnished. Like my aunt bought me a desk. My aunt bought me a bunch of stuff. I'm just like, holy cow. My brothers for Christmas, they just blessed my socks off and just got me, my dad, and just got me all set up to move and get myself established. And then I'll be, I forgot about that. I was a teenager. I was y'all's age when I was like, Lord, I really desire this when I get married. I was a teen. I don't even know why they came to me, and look what he's doing. You guys, he's just so awesome. Just all the little things that he does. And I forgot about it. And he reminded me and showed me, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I cried really hard after I talked to Jacqueline because I was like, whoa. I was still processing. And then it all hit me, and I was like, oh my gosh. I was just overwhelmed with his goodness because he's just so cool. And I'm going to share some stuff I haven't really opened up to y'all about, but there's been some other things with this move. I mean, I'm moving away from my family. I know my aunt out there, and that's about it in Arizona. I don't know a lot of people. And I love all the relationships I've built out here. So to leave that has been really hard to think about. Oh gosh. Here come the waterworks. If I joke about it, I won't cry. But I didn't realize this, but I was like kind of scared a little bit to leave all of my friends, to leave my family. I built such strong relationships with my brothers. My brothers are amazing, all three of them. And my dad, he's just awesome. If you know my family, you know they're all awesome. Those two back there for the newbies are my brothers. Two of them. Another one's at home. But I didn't realize I was holding that in. And the Lord just ministered to me one night and just just kind of wrecked me in a good way. But he just reminded me, like, the friendships that I have built here, they're not going to forget about me. He put these people in my lives for a reason, and they're not going anywhere, which was so amazing. And I'm just like, that little thing that I was worried about, I shouldn't have been worried about because God already took care of it before I was even worried about it. Like it says, why worry? Why do we worry? We don't need to. Worry is just not good. Just don't worry. Just don't worry. Keep it simple. Don't worry. He's got you. He's already provided for you before you even got there, before you even get to where you're going to be. Guys, a teenager, he already set me up in Arizona before I knew I was going to Arizona. Think about that. Yeah. He knew I would say yes. I was sitting at my boss's table, and they talked to me about Arizona, and immediately I was like, I know I have to say yes. That was only God. Because if I had really sat there and thought about it, but I'm leaving all of you, that's hard. I get emotional every Thursday because I'm like, I love these kids. I do. I love you guys so much. And I get emotional every time I'm here, and I'm going to probably cry a lot next week. So just probably won't wear makeup. Just prepare myself. It's good cries, just so you know. It'll be all good cries. But God's taking care of all of this. He knew I would say yes. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I said yes because he set me up for something big over there. Big stuff. I don't even know what's going to happen yet, but there's big things that are going to happen out there. I'll come tell you all about, don't worry. I'll come home a lot. But I don't even know if I'm making sense. I hope I'm making sense. Is this making sense to everyone? Yes. Okay, good. Good. Someone's getting something. That's what matters, right? Let me think for a second. Well, let's read on a little bit more. So I'm going to read 28 now. And why, again, and why would you worry about your clothing? Look at the beautiful flowers of the field. They don't work or toil. Guys, your clothing, he cares about that too. It's pretty cool. And yet, not even Solomon in all his splendor was robed in beauty like one of these. And we, last time I taught this, talked on lilies because lilies are just so pretty. They're my favorite. So if God has clothed the meadow with hay, which is here for such a short time, and then dried up and burned, won't he provide for you clothes you need? You have little faith. Wow, guys. Wow. It's so cool. Okay, I'm going to keep going. So then, forsake your worries. Worry not, you guys. Don't worry. Why would you say, what will we eat? Or what will we drink? Or what will we wear? For that is what the unbelievers chase after. Doesn't your heavenly Father already know the things your body requires? So the unbelievers, they're chasing these things. But who do we chase? We're different. We chase Jesus, right? And when we pursue him, okay, I'm getting ahead of the verse. The next verse, we say this a lot here. And it's going to be different in my version, of course. So 33. So above all, constantly seek God's kingdom and his righteousness. Then all these less important things will be given to you abundantly. Guys, we seek him, the provider, right? The healer, right? We seek him and all of these other things, the little things, even the little baby things. They'll be provided. Whoa! I get so excited. We just seek him. We just be with him. He's so good. He's so good. We just get, and we get to be with him. Guys, we get to be with him in his presence. And he gets to be with us. And you know how excited he is to be with us? Oh man, guys, he loves it, right? He loves being with you guys. He just loves all of you and loves being with you and loves it when you want to spend time with him. And then, and we don't have to go to him worrying and be like, God, where is this? We just say yes to be with him. And then all the other things just fall into place. They fall into place perfectly. We don't plan stuff and tell God what we plan on. I got this example. I don't know if I've told you guys here, but I heard this teacher in Karis give this example. And sometimes we write out our plan. Okay, I want to have my own house by this date, and I want my house to look like this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this, and I want this. And I want to be married, and I want kids, and I want this many kids. I want a boy, a girl, every other. Right? And okay, so we write out our plan. Here you go, God. This is my plan. You can help me, right? You're going to do this for me, right? Do you know what God does? He's going to give you a blank piece of paper. Be like, you sign my plan. But it's blank. It's blank. What do? You don't worry and you trust him and you sign that piece of paper. Yep. And even the little desires that you forgot about when you were, 20 years ago. And he does it. And he'll fulfill that. It's so cool. It's so cool. Gosh. It's awesome. God's awesome. Anyway, let's see. We're going to read the last verse. Refuse to worry about tomorrow, but deal with each challenge that comes your way one day at a time. Tomorrow will take care of itself. So again, same theme. We don't worry. We just trust him. We just seek him. We just be with him. I know I'm repeating myself a lot, but man, you guys got to get this. It's pretty cool. Any desire that you want to be when you grow up, he'll do it. Let's go to Psalms 37. I'm going to read this in the New King James this time. Okay, I'm going to read 4 and 5 and 37. I'm sure we all know this one. You got it, Zach? Okay, so 37:4. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. And then verse 5, commit your way to the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. So again, it's saying the same thing, right? We delight ourselves in him. We just be with him. We spend time with him. Guys, you can even, what's really cool is you can talk to him and be like, God, what should I wear today? He likes to be involved in that stuff. I mean, you don't have to, but it's something you can do. Or when you're shopping. This is something I like to do because I absolutely love to give gifts. It's like my favorite thing to do. And sometimes, I'll buy something, I'm thinking I'm buying it for me, but then I don't ever use it, and the Lord tells me to give it away. And I do. But I absolutely love buying gifts. And shopping with Jesus is fun. Let me just tell you. There was one day, and I know I'm sure I've told this story before, but I'm going to tell this section. I don't know if I told you. I don't know. Anyway, this doesn't matter. Anyway, so one night I decided randomly just to buy a bunch of Bibles. I don't know why. I just decided to buy Bibles. I bought myself a study Bible, and I bought a color Bible for myself as well. So I thought. And then I also bought I think I bought my mom a Bible. I think I bought 3 or 4 Bibles. Just randomly one night. Okay, I bought some Bibles, cool. And I gave my mom one. I used the study Bible, and then I went to use the color Bible, but I opened it, and I had my not crayons. I think I had color pencils or something like that. Had them right next to me. I was like, I'm gonna doodle in my Bible and read today. And I opened it. I was like, nope, and I shut it. I don't know why. I just didn't. And I don't know. I think I've told the story about me praying for a girl at a tanning salon. Do you guys remember that one? Yeah. Well, some of you don't. But there's this girl. I was going tanning. And one night, the Lord just told me to pray for her. And I did. And it was awesome. And she was thinking about coming back to the Lord that very week that I happened to run into her. And man, it was cool. Totally changed her. She just had so much joy in her eyes every time I saw her after that. Well, this one night I went tanning and she was working and she was so excited to see me and it was so awesome. It was so cool. And I told her, hey, I'm going to talk to you before I leave because she was busy at the time. So I was like, I want to talk to you before I leave. Don't leave yet, okay? And when I saw her again, I was just talking to her a little bit, just asking her how she was doing and all that. And I got this question I just in my heart, I knew I needed to ask her. And I was like, do you have a Bible? She said, no, but I really want a Bible. And I was like, okay. Guys, I had just bought 3 or 4 Bibles. I can't remember. I had a lot of Bibles. And I was like, okay. And so I start explaining to her she doesn't have a clue what Bibles I got. So I was like, wait a minute, do you like to color? She's like, oh my gosh, I love to color. She loves to color. And the coworkers I went to give, so anyway, I'm jumping ahead of the story. Anyway, she likes to color. And I was like, oh, Jesus, cool. I got the perfect Bible for you. Guys, I bought it before I knew she needed it because I was shopping with Jesus that night. That was pretty cool, right? That was pretty cool. Anyway, I even went to give it to her one night and she wasn't working. And her coworker said, oh my gosh, she is coloring all the time. She's always doodling. She's going to love this Bible. So they, reconfirmed what she already told me. And man, it was so cute. Every time I would see her after I gave her the Bible, she's like, I read my Bible today. And I'd be like, oh, what did you read? And she'd tell me and we'd talk about it. It was so good. Yeah, I kind of lost contact with her, but I still pray for her every now and then. But, that can happen when you shop with Jesus. And he takes care of those people that you don't even know you're shopping for. And then you meet them and you're like, oh, he provided for them before they knew they needed something. Before we knew. Before we knew them. Guys, that's pretty cool. I've had lots of stuff like that where I just I just love giving stuff. But see, what God can do with that when you just shop with him and you're just with him, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And he does that for you too. You shop for yourself with him. Yeah. Providing what you want, getting what you want. He'll help you get it. Zach has a cool story about getting his car. I don't know the details, so I probably shouldn't share that, but I don't remember the details of it. But same concept. He shopped for a car with Jesus, and he got what he wanted, and he loves his car. I love his car. In fact, I'd buy it from him if he was ready to buy another car. It's a pretty cool car. God took care of him, got him what he desired, you know? But now for the things that we need and want, again, we're not seeking the things, right? Zach wasn't seeking a car. And he even asked the hard question to himself. I do remember this part of it. Okay, if I don't get the car, if it doesn't work out, am I going to be disappointed? It's a question you got to ask yourself. Like when those big decisions, those type of things. Am I going to be disappointed? Am I trying to fulfill myself with this purchase? Or am I fulfilled with God? You need to be fulfilled in him, and he gives you those desires. This is just seeking him, just being with him, being fulfilled in him. And those desires, those needs, everything just gets taken care of. You don't have to worry about it. It's pretty stinking cool. Yeah. Anyway, I'm trying to think where I'm going to go next. But yeah, I don't know. God just takes care of everything. All those little needs, those wants. It's pretty awesome. I kind of feel done. Am I too early? I feel like I didn't talk a lot. I kind of am picking that up myself. So okay. Good. Let's do. You want me to stay up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Okay. So we're just gonna take some time because a lot of like what Chastity was talking about was like seeking God, hearing His voice, stuff like that, doing things with Him, right? And so I just want us to take a moment. And you can like move if you just, don't want any distractions or something. But we're all just going to take a moment and think and ask God, God, what do you want to be involved in? Like, is there something specific in my life that I haven't involved you in that you want to be involved in? Does that make sense? Because everything, I didn't even know you were going to talk about that, I feel like. And then, anyways, that was really cool how that worked out. But I feel like that the Lord just really wants us to be intentional this year to do life with Him. Amen? Mm-hmm. And so how can we involve Him into those things that maybe we don't think are important or whatever to involve Him in? How can we really truly seek after Him and be fulfilled by Him and Him alone without needing to be fulfilled by everything going right? Or without needing to be fulfilled by a purchase or, a thing that we're really hoping for. How can we just involve Him in everyday life, be fulfilled in Him and Him alone, and then just watch everything else fall into place? Amen? And so we're just going to take a few minutes here. So if you does everyone have something to either take a note on your phone or write down with? You don't? Okay. Yeah, so there's a couple cards. They're usually in the tub. Zach, can you get them? Okay, thanks. You were already moving, so I was like, oh, cool. Thank you. And so if you don't have anything to write with, we'll get you something. And then we just want, again, what we're listening for, and we can start right now, is we're just going to say, God, where do you want me to involve you specifically that I haven't been involving you? And then the second thing is, asking yourself, what am I fulfilled by? Am I fulfilled by, Jesus and Him alone, or am I fulfilled by other stuff? Kind of thing. Okay? Does anyone have any questions? All right, cool. So we'll just take some time. Thanks, Zach. Listen to the Lord.